For over 30 years now, I've been trying to help the world understand how people learn, how people read, write, talk, think.
I speak at conferences because the work that I've been doing with coaching youth with ADHD for the past 20 years is still on the forefront of people's minds, and they don't necessarily, they hear about coaching but they're not sure what it is. So I'm speaking at conferences to share the information, to help people understand how coaching can make a difference in the lives of their children, themselves, for adults, and to really share my passion about connecting coaching to the full multimodal treatment plan for anyone who's struggling with executive functioning, ADHD, and related problems.
The most powerful anti-anxiety agent ever developed is another person. Probably the most anxiety-provoking agent as well, so you have to pick the right person. But my favorite advice that I give to my clients and to myself is never worry alone. Case scenarios, and they cascade through your brain like a torture. But when you worry with someone, an amazing thing happens. You suddenly go into the mode of problem solving. A nice illustration of this is if you imagine yourself standing in a big, dark warehouse by yourself. Almost all of us get scared. We get paranoid. We imagine ghosts and intruders. But if you stand in a big, dark warehouse with someone, you laugh. You don't feel the least bit afraid. Well, that also applies to the inner life of the mind. If you're with someone, you feel more in control and you feel less vulnerable. And those are the two key variables that produce toxic work. Through most of human history, we thought there was basically a good way and a bad way. Summed those up under the headings of smart and stupid.
So in taking that piece and saying, okay, so let's define success according to your teenager rather than according to you. So if your success is Ivy League school, law school, etc., and your teenager's success is getting through college and then figuring out where I go from there, that's okay.
And just the proof of our own eyes, if you look, you can see that people learn differently. And people speak differently, people think differently, people write differently. And there really is no good or bad. The same thing with attention deficit disorder. People think that means you can't pay attention. Quite the contrary. People with ADD, ADHD can pay super attention when they're interested. They can pay better attention than anyone. It's just when the book is boring, the teacher is boring, the conversation is boring, their mind goes elsewhere. It doesn't go empty. That's why deficit is a misnomer. But it goes elsewhere. It's always looking for something stimulating, something interesting. And the ADD mind is very curious and very restive and very, very productive. So the point is that since I have wrestled with these conditions myself, I have a deep understanding of them, not only from an academic standpoint, but from a personal, visceral standpoint. Everyone can find a way of plugging into life so that their brains light up and they become happy, fulfilled, and productive.